Happy Wednesday, everyone. This is Crypto and Coffee with the Trading Bros. I'm your host, Clutch Crypto. We got B. Wellington over here to the charts with a sharp drop this morning right before the New York Open. Is this a trap? Are we going to zero? Let's get to the charts and find out.
Thanks for that.
B. Wellington, what's happened, dude? We're hitting your lines and we're getting rejected. I'm just going to start placing bets on your lines, buddy. That's what I'm going to fucking do. That's my new trading strategy.
Well, look, I took away my box, but ultimately we said we were going to take out these wicks here, and that's exactly what we did this morning. I was waiting on this move yesterday along with everybody else, and that's the reason why we had a little bit of a pump at the end of the day. But held on to that short, paid off this morning. So good things are happening from that end if you know how to play both sides of the market, which we try to help you to do on this channel. But as we've been talking about, this week has been taken. We also have this downtrend on the daily from this area, from the initial downtrend, from the peak, and it looks like we may be getting back into this area. We do have a couple of, I would call it, since we've broken the structure here, this could be considered a failed, a swing failure. If this recovers back up and traps a bunch of shorts here, we'll see that in a minute. But ultimately, where we had projected from originally is kind of this 1800 area. And here we are, $400 away from it. $400 in ETH is nothing with the kind of moves that we're seeing. We could do that in a few days. And so, still a lot of downside pressure in traditional markets, and therefore I expect Ethereum to, and all of crypto really, to liquidity to start being removed out of that market, preparing for the bottom of the bear market. So we'll see. Here's the hourly. So just give you a little bit of explanation of some of these lines that I had. This was the last peak that we hadn't gotten to until this morning, and had a little alert on there. And we've crashed through that, and then of course crashed to that other wick that was there. We're seeing a little bit of a recovery because what I believe is you got a lot of people that you got a lot of people that are going short right now, but and looking at the funding rates, you still got a lot of longs that are being held on to relative to that. But I know there's a lot of shorts out there as well, so kind of conflicting information. But obviously we've come down, so the shorts are getting paid, or shorts are making money. I would expect that to reverse at any time. Kind of getting into some of the other things I want to do. So I want to talk about our inflation numbers that are here, that have coming out. So consumer price index is a little bit higher. Core CPI a little bit higher. So but the CPI year over year, which is what everybody's really talking about. So we're 8.6, so 8.3. So we did reduce somewhat, but we're still higher than what the median expectation was or is. And so core CPI has also been reduced. So all this is good for the market, you would say. And so why is the market reacting the way that it is because, especially with the fast move, I think it's a bit of manipulation on that end. So I do think that we might be trapping some shorts to the downside before we move to the upside. This is not a surprise. We've gone down from an OI standpoint. We're at 5.3 billion. Last week we're at perpetual. Last week we're at 6.3 billion. And obviously we're having some increases in the futures. Probably got some increase in people selling calls or people buying puts. And so if we do go through and look at things like funding rate, which, I kind of use as just a sentiment of the market, positive across the board. So that's what I'm talking about. We've only got, OKEX on the predictive rate. That's on a negative standpoint. So, longs are still paying shorts even with this drop. And so, again, I would anticipate some type of reversal, at some point. We're kind of already seeing it from the lows that we had. We got down all the way to 2110 from the low this morning. Futures just about to open. These were a lot less. I will tell you earlier, we're like 215 to the downside. So this is actually recovered. And if you look at Bitcoin itself, under 30,000. So that's a pretty significant um, thing. I actually have a bet with a guy at the coffee shop, and he was like, "I got your next breakfast if Bitcoin goes under 30,000." So I guess I'm getting breakfast later. Uh, I told him to watch the show.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, as you can see with this move, this is Bybit. We just had a lot of negative delta here. This is exo charts. And again, you can see it's kind of coming back up to fill some of that gap. We've got all these shorts that have increased and all these longs that have decreased. So again, they're not going to pay shorts all day. So I expect, some moves to the upside here pretty quick. And so, that's really all I've got, today. This has been kind of an exciting move this morning. We said we were going to get to the downside. I still think that we have room below, but we may get a relief bounce based upon the shorts that are coming in. But let's see what High Block and Book Map are saying for today.
You're so excited because you perfectly
Yeah.
ran the bottom and running the top at the same time. That's why you're excited. Delighted me.
I'm not mad at it.
All right. That's
All right, Matthew. That's a Matthew McConaughey.
that's right. All right. Let's get this updated real quick and there we go. I think. Hey man, you still there? Where'd you go?
No, I'm still here. I'm waiting on you. I took my screen off, so you're good. And you have access.
Oh, I gotta share with you, huh? Okay, there we go.
That'd be nice if you shared.
You're welcome. Okay, all right. This is High Block Capital. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. As you can see, man, dude, look at this is the move that literally just happened not too long ago. So if you guys remember, just a few days ago, we were at negative 11 billion, came back up. Now we're sitting at negative 7 billion. We do have a lot of short liquidations above us. And again, we've been talking about this all week. We've been talking about this range all week up here in this, 2600 area where we have some long short liquidations. We also have the CME gap that we haven't closed yet since last Friday. And that's at 2680 area. So I do anticipate that we'll hopefully get back into that range a little later this week. However, it does look like we need to, as you can see, these are starting to thin out. So I would anticipate that we're going to probably start ranging back in this area. So that's going to put us basically where we're at now in the low to mid 2200s. All the way up here to 2400. So do expect probably some ranging today, or at least until we get that news that's coming out at 2 p.m. From the what was that? It's the federal budget that's being released at 2 p.m. I think today. So do anticipate that we're just going to see some ranging action now after that big move to kind of fill in this gap and void, and maybe even come up here and slowly start grabbing these. However, we did break a new lower low a while ago as well, guys. So do pay attention. There will be some more movement to the downside. We are predicting that. How soon it gets here, not real sure yet. So do pay attention if we break that lower low that we just broke this morning. And then also do pay attention once we get up here into this 2400 range to see if we got anything going on over there. Oh, wow, this looks good. I just pulled Book Map up. Looks like we got some areas of some high orders. Let's just catch up real quick. And then, when I say that, it was high it was red while ago. Maybe they spoofed the order on us.
Where was it spoofed at?
It was up here at the top, so it would have been around 2270, 2280, somewhere in here. Oh, there it is, 2280. Today, Junior. Dang, dude, look at dude. CBD is negative 77,000.
That's crazy.
I know. Okay, all right, we're caught up here now. Okay, cool. Negative 77,000. Everything is just kind of is chilling at the moment right now. As you can see, we got down here in the 2160, 2150 range. That was the deepest wick that we had. We do have a lot of orders down here at 2100. There's more orders at 2000, more orders at 1800. Those are the big clusters. As you can see, we have a little bit of a resistance wall up here right between 2280, 2300. Negative CVD is still continuing to drop, guys. This was like in the negative 60,000 yesterday, so we're continuing to move downward. We're heavy on the downside right now, not by a huge margin, but we are weighted heavier on the downside than upside at the moment. Again, 2300 these are kind of 2300. We get past that, expect some more movement to the upside. If we get rejected, I would expect that we come back down, work into this range. And again, I think we're probably going to see us ranging in these areas that we were talking about today, between anywhere from 2100 all the way up to about 2400, just to start filling up the liquidity, because they just cut through to some of it with that drop. So there are a lot of longs that probably got smashed while ago. So unless you got in the long at the perfect opportunity like B. Wellington did. Look at that grin over there. All excited.
Well,
Man, yeah. I'm up 100% my long already.
It was just a good risk reward trade.
Yeah, man, you did good. You did real good, kid. But okay, those are the key areas to pay attention to today. I do expect some more ranging, like I mentioned. Anything else you want to add?
No, I would just, be careful. The market just opened, so it's 8:36. We are, we've had this move to the downside. It's probably going to revisit to the downside, even if it goes up before, just to kind of clear out like it normally does. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but definitely, I think this morning has been a very interesting day, and I do expect a little bit of recovery today. But again, I do expect those zones to be hit to the downside. At a certain point, I expect that to be fairly soon, depending on what the traditional market does.
Sure. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until next time, AM.